Welcome to the Tier List Podcast. My name is Joel Hagman. To my right, we got Liam Daly. And in the middle, we finally have the one, the truly, Isaac Sharp. Give her an applause.
Him and his fatherless glory is right here.
Oh, man. We're just going to start this off right.
Okay, I'm going to give you 15, 20 seconds to talk about all the things that we have said about you. Go.
You know, I think that you guys have been completely fair when it comes to my familial issues. I just want to give a shout out to my actual dad, the
Yes.
not biological one. He's been great.
He's been
So
great.
I've had a great dad, but my biological dad has ran out of the picture, just like you guys say. So I just want to clear that up. Love you, Dad.
Love you.
Hey, and I just want to say,
Joey.
I'm just so happy to be on this podcast where the vibes are always unique.
A unique. Whoa.
I want to go unique. Yeah.
You want to go with unique.
I want to go unique.
That one's
unique.
That one's for you, Ryan.
Yeah.
We did
Shout
that
out
for
Ryan.
you. Shout out Ryan. You know, instead of shouting out someone else, shout out Ryan.
Shout
Thank
out
you.
Ryan. Shout out the Tier List Podcast.
We miss you, Ryan. You know, and we can't. Liam's been sad without you, buddy. Come back. Don't.
Please stop
Don't-
ignoring our calls.
Yeah. You know, I know you're gonna go to Ireland and you're gonna feel at home and you're gonna see a rainbow and you're gonna feel like you have to be at the end of it with that pot of gold. Don't stay there.
For the
Come back.
new listeners / watchers, Ryan is a redhead. That makes that joke funny.
So Isaac's parents who are watching this because he's on this. Hi, Bethany. All right, man. It's exciting to have you on this. We're doing a fun topic today. This is one that's going to be in your realm.
Yes, it is.
One that we kind of been talking about. There's a reason why you're doing episode 16, and it's because 16 is a very significant number for your favorite president. And who is your favorite president?
My favorite president, also the greatest president, and in my opinion, the greatest American to ever grace the face of the earth, Abraham Lincoln.
Good old Abe. Good old Abe. So today we're going to not just rank the president, we're actually going to rank their nicknames. We're going to do a different
Solid.
take on it, you know, where, you know, we can have our own biased opinions about a president and what he did, you know, either the right, left, Republican, Democrat, all that stuff. But we're going to kind of push that all away, not get too political with it. We're going to just kind of talk about their nicknames.
Also, this would be like a 5 to 10 hour long podcast if you were going to rate the presidents on how good they were.
Well, yeah, especially with you around, I think it would be a
We
long
could just stick him in
time.
a corner with a microphone and
Yeah.
see what we can get from it. He'd be totally fine doing a podcast by himself about presidents
It's just in
all
presidents.
alone. Doesn't need anything.
Doesn't need
That's
anything.
Isaac.
Well, I appreciate you guys giving me the platform.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome. You're welcome. We're doing this. So we're really excited to get into this. We're just going to do nicknames. A lot of these presidents, people are going to probably be like, that was a president. And we're here to tell yes. Yes, it was. There was a total of how many presidents?
I think if you don't count, you know, the couple that were
Yeah, we're going
kind
to.
of two, I think 45, but that's not.
I think, yeah, that's
don't
about
fact check me.
44, 45, something like that.
Don't believe the fake
It
news.
depends on like the double, you know, times they did it between
Really,
the
it's just
skits and stuff,
Grover
so.
Cleveland and Donald Trump. But,
Yeah.
you know,
But we're gonna the last two presidents they're not on the list. Just kind of like we're sticking with more
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Well, the 44th president had to be on the
Let's
list.
go for it.
So we're gonna
Yeah.
keep on the list. Just it's predated, but we're just kind of going with more past presidents and their nicknames because you know, I don't know, it's fun that way. Anything to say, Liam, before we start?
I feel very out of my element. I'm not a history buff, so
Well, you're going to learn today.
I'm ready. I'm gonna go back to school.
Well, good thing is not a history buff; it's more of a nickname. So
yeah,
it's like,
I'm ready to make.
I feel
fun
like
of
some of these
old white
nicknames are gonna be
dudes.
interesting. Some of them are gonna be dumb, and some are gonna be like, "Why?" You know. So I'm excited to get into this.
and I'm here to tell you why.
I know, and I can't wait to hear it all. All right, let's get this started. All right, the first one on our list. If you guys don't know how we do it, we rank it S through F. We kind of put it wherever we want. If 2 people have the same type of ranking, we go to that one. If it's 3 different ones, we kind of do an average one. So we're gonna get into this. You guys ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. The first one on the list is Benjamin Harrison.
I don't know who this guy is.
What number is he? Is he
I don't know.
23?
He is like right before
23.
Cleveland.
So that's
Yeah.
like middle of like America time. Because like what? We're on like 46.
You're in the
47?
late 1800s.
Yeah, late
It's like
1800s.
South
So
Dakota.
like 1870s, 1880s, somewhere
Yeah.
around there.
So what is his nickname?
Benjamin Harrison was also known as the human iceberg.
Human ice. Okay, that kind of, and that sounds kind of cool. When you hear of the human iceberg, like was he the one that took down the Titanic?
It honestly sounds like some kind of hitman or like maybe
Yeah.
some dude that you just call in for the end of the game, like almost like a Mariano Rivera, like Sandman kind of deal. Yankees had over there, like
He
Sandman,
does-
and then
okay,
you
I'm
have.
gonna tell you right now, he
I
does
don't know.
not know who that is
No
at
clue.
all,
That's
and that's
all right.
sad.
That's all
Sad.
right.
I'm not
I
a
mean,
baseball guy.
who cares about the Yankees, especially since your Los Angeles Dodgers beat them in
Boom.
the 2024 World Series up
Yeah.
top.
Nah, I'm a Giants guy.
Okay, the human iceberg. Why was it called why was his nickname the human iceberg?
So it was called the human iceberg, and it's not as cool as you might think. He actually was a kind of a jerk kind of guy. He campaigned well, obviously got the presidency, but if you got to him on like a one-on-one kind of basis and you just had a conversation with him, he came across a little frosty.
Ooh.
Yeah, a little cold.
Okay, well, that's not really fun, but the nickname itself is pretty dope.
I like the nickname a lot.
Like the human iceberg, you're taking down the Titanic. Like when you think of icebergs, what have they done?
No context, that's an A-tier nickname.
I would
Yeah.
go with the
I mean, you
A-tier.
got you got the human iceberg. You got Ice Tray, like
The Iceman, George Gervin.
Ice.
You got some great ice
Man,
nicknames.
X-Men.
Ice Baby. We're going
Oh!
A tier.
A tier. All
A
right.
tier. Let's
Number
go.
23
Don't
is
remember
going
his
to A
name.
tier. Benjamin.
Benjamin.
Benjamin Harrison.
His name is the human iceberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
That's all you
human
gotta
iceberg.
remember. All right.
He's got ice in his veins.
The next one on our list is James Buchanan. I say that right?
Yes,
Buchanan.
James Buchanan,
All
also
right.
known as the man who ruined America. He was a president that let
That was
this
his
country
nickname?
devolve into civil war.
Oh.
Yep. Number
Oh.
15, right before Abe Lincoln.
Oh.
What was his nickname?
Old Buck.
Old Buck?
Yeah, because, Buchanan, Old Buck. So
Ah. That's kind of lame.
it is kind of lame. I've never really been a
It is
fan of that
lame.
nickname.
Old
At
Buck.
first, I was like, ooh, Old Buck. That's kind of a cool. And then I'm like,
Nah. Now the more I think of it, it just makes me want to call him Old Fart.
yeah, it doesn't.
Old Buck. Definitely, you're an old fart.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm not a old. Okay,
So-
maybe I am. I would go more like D tier.
I'd go.
like-
That's what I was thinking. D tier.
F for fart.
F for fart. I'm down for. I'm down for F tier. Like old
just-
Buck, old fart.
It's like a lingering fart. It doesn't get any better. So
It's just old.
it's like Old Buck. Or
and-
yeah, get him out of here. F tier.
crusty and disgusting. And like, get out of here. All right. I know this one. We got Richard Nixon.
I will just say that this is an S tier nickname no matter what, and I
Oh.
don't feel like I can trust myself to comment any further. Richard Nixon is also known by the name of Tricky Dick. We said we weren't going to giggle.
How did we
We
say-
said we weren't going
I
to giggle.
forgot.
How did we get this so early on? I forgot about
I
this.
totally forgot. So when I was like, oh, I don't know where we're going with this, I was like,
That caught me
hey,
off guard.
Richard, another name for Richard is Dick. So that's
And we got age restricted.
And I get it why it's tricky because of Watergate. And so
I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
guess,
just kidding.
yeah, S tier. I mean,
S tier.
the rhyme with it is like, you can't beat it. It's, man, he was number 37. I feel like that wasn't even that long ago.
I'm sorry, were we not supposed to say that?
Say what?
His nickname?
Oh, no, it's fine.
Okay, cool. I'm just a guest
No,
here.
no.
I'm just trying to, I'm just
I
trying to
don't
make
know.
things happen.
No, it's Richard means that. I
Yeah.
mean, no one nowadays is really named Richard,
No.
or if their name is
Shout out
Richard, they
Richard.
don't ever go by that name anymore. So, it's like
Fun fact, my grandpa was named Richard.
hey,
Never called him that in my life.
our wife's grandpa was named Richard. Yeah, so
Small world.
never called him. Just always called him Grandpa though.
Mhm.
So I didn't even know his name was Richard for a long time. That was like, it wasn't part of the family for like 10 years. I just knew him as Grandpa. No one's like, hey, this is Grandpa Richard. They're just like, oh, this is Grandpa. And I was like, okay, hey, Grandpa. How's it going? So, all right, moving on. Man, we got 3 in so far. All right, let's go. James Monroe.
James Monroe is the era of good feelings president, and I don't know about you guys. I just want to make my opinions known from the start. Once you have a nickname that's not really a nickname, it's just kind of describing your general like era or what your presidency was known for as the era of good feelings. That's not really a nickname. I would put that F tier.
Era
that
good
is
feelings.
That's his nickname?
I thought you were like saying a point.
Yeah, I thought that was a point of like this time. That is his nickname?
The era of good feelings. What number is he?
Number 5.
Number
F.
5.
F?
And for like, the beginning of America to be called the nickname era of good feelings, like
Wow.
it's kind of stupid.
That is like, that's garbage.
To redeem him a little bit on the nickname front, he was also the very end of what was known as the Virginia dynasty, where you had 3 presidents that all had 2 terms each in succession. You had Jefferson, Madison, Monroe, all from Virginia.
Oh, wow.
So you had a
Shout
solid,
out Virginia.
Shout out Virginia.
They made some great presidents. No, I mean, maybe.
And
no,
also
I
some
don't know.
horrible Civil War generals.
Oh.
Unshout out Robert E. Lee.
Yeah. Get out of here.
That's cool. That's a cool name.
All right, we're going to go with what? F tier?
I would
Yes.
probably go in the F tier.
Era of good
Era
feelings.
of good. Like, what?
What is that?
That's some like, get out of here.
Old Buck is better than that, but like,
Old Buck. Old Fart is better than Era of Good Feelings.
Fart.
I kind of want to move now Old Fart to D tier.
yeah, that you're
We can
really
talk about that
stinking
later
it
on.
up down there in F tier. Come on.
We'll figure it out.
All right, what's next on the list, Liam?
John Kennedy.
I was like, what? It's like clearly right
I
there.
can't. I'm not good at English. My bad. Neither is he.
I hate to have 2 hot takes about nicknames right back to back, but John Kennedy, also known as JFK,
Yeah.
I stand that initials are not a nickname. Initials are initials. They're a way that we can kind of differentiate you from everyone else. So for me, JFK is not a nickname. So I'd like to propose to you two that we call him by the Camelot president because his administration was known as Camelot.
Like Camelot, like, Round Table.
Yeah, like King Arthur.
Like King Arthur, and they came to the. I'm good with that. I mean, I think abbreviations of your name's not really a nickname. It's just.
No, it's like AD. What are we doing here? Anthony Davis?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I will
the Brow is his
The
nickname.
Brow is a nickname. Yeah.
The Brow is a nickname. Yeah.
I will say I agree that it's not his nickname, but JFK is probably one of the most recognizable 3 letters that you will see in like America.
And it's because he got shot in the head.
Shout out Dallas.
That's why he's not good at English.
So either way, even if we went JFK or if we went Camelot president,
I'd rather
still
go
that's
Camelot president.
For me, that's still like a C at best.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's like an average, like.
It's nothing crazy.
It's nothing. Yeah, it's an average nickname. It's like, the Camelot.
And it's one that we just had to give him.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like King Arthur. Like, he was just.
King Arthur would have been a crazy
That would have been
nickname.
a good one.
That would have been ass.
But then that would be more of, what's the.
Arthur Smith.
Chester Arthur.
No, I know, but like, what was the democracy? It was like more of a patriarch, if someone's a king.
Oh, monarchy.
Monarchy.
Yeah.
It's history. It's been a long time. All right, so Camelot, we're gonna go in C tier. All right.
Joe grew up with all these guys.
All right, Isaac, want to do the next one? He was my president back in 1960.
William McKinley is our next president. Now, William McKinley is one of very few presidents to have been assassinated.
Oh, he was assassinated too?
He was.
Wow.
He was.
Dang,
So,
how?
just back-to-back assassinations here.
Do you know how? Or
He
remember?
was shot.
Where?
I believe he was shot in the midsection, but you can't quote me on that.
Wow.
But after him, we got Teddy Roosevelt. So, I mean, depending on how you look at it,
Why did
might be a win for America.
what was his nickname?
He was
Shot
called
in the chest.
he was called the Idol of Ohio.
They had nothing else going for them, so like, hey, you're it.
That's one of those nicknames that you kind of got that no one really called him. But it's just like, hey, this president needs a nickname. We'll call him the Idol of Ohio.
Guys, we finally got one in the Oval Office. Let's call him our Idol of Ohio.
Give you 2 guesses, Liam, on where he was from.
Kentucky.
Bro, how did you get it?
No way. Dude,
so-
I'm so good at this.
So-
I knew I passed the U.S. States quiz.
Okay.
California.
That one's just F.
I really thought when you were saying it that it was gonna rhyme, and I was really banking on it, and I was like, Idol of Ohio, and I'm like,
It kind of goes.
it kind of goes, but I'm
But
like,
it doesn't go with
go.
his name, William McKinley.
Yeah.
Like
It's not.
No.
I feel like sometimes nicknames can go more with. I don't know. Like they could have done better.
Yeah,
Could have done
for
better.
real. Ohio's not a great place anyway, so that's the best you're gonna get.
Oh, there goes our
Well-
Ohio live show.
Ohio, Cleveland, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Davion Mitchell is the best. thing
I'm
that's
good. I'm
happened.
good with F tier.
You seen? What about LeBron James in Cleveland? Nah.
Nah, doesn't deserve it.
All right, F tier for good old William McKinley, number 25. Why doesn't he get talked about being assassinated? Like we all hear about Abraham Lincoln and JFK, but nothing about good old McKinley.
Because it wasn't cool enough.
Was he a terrible president?
Honestly, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. He did, during his presidency, we got Alaska in the Seward's Folly Purchase. They called it that because he paid a lot of money for something that was just kind of like Iceland, you know, like what's up there? It's just Alaska. Who cares? But turns out, you know, Seward got it right. We had a bunch of oil in Alaska, and now it's one of our cherished states. So here's the Alaska live show.
And if it wasn't for him, the show alone would never happen. You know, a lot has been filmed in Alaska. Alaska Bush people, I mean, thank
Dude,
you.
yeah.
We needed that on our
I
history
took-
channels.
3 cruises to Alaska, dude. That place is beautiful.
Yeah.
I would not want it to be a part of Russia or the 51st state of the United States.
Yeah.
So
I mean, according to Sarah Palin, whatever, she can wave to Russia from her window.
oh wow,
Yeah.
I have
That
no
was-
who
was
that
callback.
is.
Callback. I forgot her running mate. She was
John
trying to be vice
McCain.
president. John McCain. That's right.
Yeah.
Isaac's
Yeah.
so smart, and I don't like this. I
It's-
feel like I'm insignificant.
Don't
no,
be.
the English. Gosh darn it, dude.
We'll let you cook.
Liam, not smart.
Superior.
Me can't think.
Inferior.
I'm very inferior. That's why he's in the middle to keep us.
Speaking of inferior, this next president
Oh,
did not have any inferior looks.
good transaction.
Transaction.
Transition. Me no smart either.
Like I said, not inferior anyway, including in the looks category, Franklin Pierce, otherwise known as Handsome Frank.
Okay, I don't know what he looks like.
Can we pull up a picture of him? I think we have it in the little list right there.
What is he? What president?
What
is
does
Number
he-
14.
Number 14.
Look at that specimen right there.
Okay, for what he looks like,
I'd
to
put him
what-
in the D.
that looks like Joel
tier.
if he was like
That's me.
way uglier.
That's me in a couple years as I'm losing my hair. The widow's peak.
Don't stoop that low. That guy, like, he has your nose, but then like that's it. Like that's like I just saw Joel, and then it was like, no, that guy's ugly. Because Joel is a beautiful man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. To have the name Handsome the Frank, right?
Mm-hmm. Handsome Frank.
Handsome Frank. Okay, that's kind of I kind of like that nickname. Like there has to be a reason. Like Handsome Frank, that flows. Like that means he had been a really good looking back in what 1800 early 1800s,
Mid 1800s.
mid 1800s. Like
Yeah. He was
for
right
back in the
before
time.
Buchanan, so like 1840s.
I would put Handsome Frank at B
Hold
tier.
up. I know why he's called Handsome Frank. That's a pretty good looking dude.
Liam pulled up a larger picture on his phone for those
Picture
wondering.
of it. Yeah, that does look like Joel. Handsome Frank. Handsome
Oh,
Joel.
wow.
Look at
Handsome
that.
Joel.
I'm still
like-
going D tier for
You
this
going to
one.
D tier? I like B tier for it. I think if your name is Handsome for a nickname, that means like that's like you're a pretty good looking fella.
Pretty good fella.
And that's not a nickname you don't give yourself. I feel like girls give you that nickname.
I mean,
I feel like
Kobe
the
gave
ladies
himself
were
the
like-
Black Mamba, so you can
Okay,
totally
well.
give yourself a nickname.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
But that
I don't
nickname's
think
pretty
he
cool.
would. I don't think someone goes around like, "Hey, start calling me Handsome Frank." I feel like the ladies like, "That's Handsome Frank right there," and he's like, "No, stop it, ladies," and they're like, "No, trust us.
The
You're pretty
aura.
handsome."
I feel like Joel's really leaning into him being handsome because you said that they
I
look
probably
similar.
shouldn't
I'm
have
gonna
said
go.
that.
I'm gonna go B tier.
I'll go C tier.
D tier.
Well, he goes
So
C
average
tier.
out in C.
I think it's a better nickname.
Who
than
is
C tier.
this?
John Tyler.
2 first names?
Honestly, one of my
First names.
one of my
JT?
favorites
JT? Ooh.
favorite presidents
Ooh.
of all time, not because of what he did as being a president, but because of the precedents that he set John Tyler was the first vice president to be moved up to the presidential role because Zachary Taylor ate it. He wasn't assassinated.
He was a terrible.
The story is he got some bad cherries, bad milk, and then he died.
He died. Oh.
And so John.
Wait, time out. Isn't that crazy? Back in the time, like you eat something bad and you just die.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's how I feel with milk.
oh yeah, he had some bad cherries and then he died.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what a way to die. Like that would suck.
At least he went out doing what he loved.
Eating cherries.
John Tyler, his vice president and now the president, was called his Accidency.
Oh, that was his nickname?
That was his nickname, his Accidency, because people didn't think that the vice president should maybe take all the powers of the office of the president. He was kind of like a placeholder, and it wasn't like anything he did to become president. He was just an accident. So you had his Accidency, a play on his excellency.
Shout out my little brother.
I heard Joel snicker and I knew something was coming. I just let that go.
Hey, my parents said it, so
Yikes.
it was something that we weren't expecting, and but you know
He's
what?
an accidency.
He's here, and we love him. All right,
Sometimes.
sometimes.
Shout out accidents.
I'll
Anyways,
give-
accidency,
All right.
I think it's a B tier.
No, it's kind of like a boring nickname.
That has to be an
Accidency?
A tier.
A tier? I would
A
go-
tier because it's a play on his excellency because they had kings back in the day. They were still dealing with the king of England. So it's a play on his excellency.
But
It's
I feel like it was like
it's-
I was gonna say it feels like a nickname to be like it was not like oh, this is a good nickname for you. We're trying to like bring you down with this nickname.
Right, and just like another person in the S tier, good old Richard Nixon, sometimes a mean nickname can be just good for the rest of us. So I put his accidency in A tier. A for accidency.
I don't.
Joel, what do you think? What do you think?
You said B. I said
B.
I said D.
So
and
we go
so-
B.
No, you can put in B. I'm fine with B. I think it's just like I get
Wow.
it, but it's I don't know.
I think it's just a solid like accidency. Like who's gonna make up that? They really had to either
Yeah.
hate you or love you to give you the nickname accidency.
And they hated him.
They
Yeah,
hated
so
him
there
a
you go.
lot.
With good reason. He went over to the Confederate side later. So not
We don't like this guy.
Oh, nope.
Yeah, never mind.
All right.
Horse teeth!
Number
Horse teeth!
one,
Yeah!
we have George Washington.
That's my president. That's my president. Yeah, America. Ah! Ah! Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Oh, say, can you see?
George Washington, also known as the American Cincinnatus.
The what?
The American Cincinnatus.
Why can't we just call him like wood teeth dude?
We could, but I like the name American Cincinnatus because it calls back to
Cincinnatus.
Cincinnatus, who fought for Rome and saved her from being utterly destroyed. And after he saved Rome, he went back to a simple life as a farmer. He gave up the power that he could have had. He gave up the monarchy that he could have made Rome again. And he went back to a simple farmer's life, just like George Washington. American Cincinnatus, S tier for me.
That nickname, I would go like BA. But if we went with the nickname Father of His Country, His Excellency, Sage of Mount Vernon, those are S tier.
I feel like all those are worse than
Those are all
I'm dying on
worse.
this hill, and I'm just gonna. All right, bye.
Yeah,
guys.
And
I'm
we
done.
will leave you there.
You can die on that hill. I died on the hill last
American
episode.
Cincinnatus, yeah. Let's go to S tier.
S tier.
Yeah, that's
Solid.
I just
Like his teeth.
I just had a thought of like
Amen.
I think there's a joke from a comedian talking about like, you know, George Washington. You see this guy with like, you know, the wood teeth. I think it's Shane Gillis, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And it was
It's a
just like
cracked
talking
out dude with lead in his
Yeah.
mouth. He's going over the river to go kill some redcoats, and he's just 6 foot redhead. Nobody's that tall, and he's just gonna
With
you know
some
foul,
axes in his
feral.
hair.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's my president.
All right.
Sorry, I'm gonna
we got
tone it back.
Ooh, all right. Next one on the list. We got Thomas Jefferson.
TJ Hawkinson,
T.
right?
This guy helped
Bears.
write the Declaration of Independence.
That is correct. Thomas Jefferson was the Red Fox
The
because
Red
of his
Fox.
red hair.
Red Fox.
Another redhead.
Fox.
Yeah.
So him and George Washington had something in common.
Wow.
So too bad that Ryan isn't here. You probably
I know.
could have bumped him up to like S or A tier, but I would put Red Fox. This is a B. Yeah, it's fine.
Red Fox.
I can't-
Foxy.
I like the nickname, but then for Thomas Jefferson to be called the Red Fox, he doesn't seem like a guy that's like sneaky.
It's not like a. It's not
Like,
like like Red
Yeah.
Fox.
Well,
It's like
if you ask some of his workers, he was probably really sneaky.
Oh,
Shout out Sally.
oh, he was.
Silly Sally.
Now I feel like I have to knock him down to C tier.
C tier. Sneaky Fox. Or
Red
what
Fox.
was it? Red Fox.
Yeah. I would go B tier. I kind of like it. I
I'm
don't know.
CB.
C. Yeah.
The more
let's
you
go
think
C.
about it, it's like a
The more-
old buck.
The more we're hanging on to it, is just like it just keeps dropping lower and lower. Like Red Fox. I'm like,
Low key,
nice.
D tier.
All right, Liam. What's next on the list?
Martin Van Buren. That guy was a president.
He was for a brief 4 years. His nickname was the Little Magician.
Little Magician. I like how you said a brief 4 years. Like, you know, like 4 years is brief. Like a term is 4 years. You're like, for a brief 4. When you said the word brief, I was like thinking like you're gonna take 1 or 2 years, but then you're like, a brief 4 years. So, what was the Little Magician?
Bro.
Like, did he do like magic
Look
tricks?
at that, bro. Number 8. Oh my gosh. That is an S tier nickname, bro. Little magician. That guy looks
Basically-
like a little dwarf.
He was short, and he pulled off some magic in elections. So the Little Magician was born. I put the Little Magician as an A tier nickname.
Yeah.
Bro could be in Lord of the Rings. That's what's up, dude.
Was he in The Hobbit? He looks like one of the guys.
Dude, Frodo, is that you?
Yeah, it was like finding next to Gimli. Gimli's father.
Love it. Glowing.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. Glowing. I didn't know that was his name. Thank you. I needed that. All right, A
No
tier.
problem.
Little
That's just a
Magician.
wealth of
I'd go
useless
S,
information.
but we could go A.
I like A.
I like A.
I'm fine with
I think
that.
it's a solid A. All right, what do we have next, Isaac?
Harry Truman. There's a couple different nicknames we could have given this guy, but I like the Man from Independence.
The Man from Independence.
From or for?
From.
From the Man of Independence. That is a lot of words for a nickname.
It kind of sounds like a movie almost, like a spy movie, like
Truman
Man
Show?
from Independence, you know?
Do they go like Harry from the man from what? I messed it up.
No, it's fine. It's a little bit of a wordy nickname for
Yeah.
sure. That's why I'm not going to give it like a great grade.
I would go like I feel like this is our first D tier.
The Man from Independence.
I mean,
I
it's
feel
just
like
a-
it's
it's a-
better than Red Fox. I'd go B tier for doing that.
Yeah, but it's just
I feel
Red
like
Fox
C
is-
tier should move to D tier, and then this should go C tier.
But I feel like Red Fox is like it's a quick nickname. It's there. The man from the Man of
No,
Independence.
the
That's
Man
like
from Independence,
I
right?
see. I can't get it right. The
Man
Man,
from
from
Independence.
Independence.
That's
Like,
low key. That's hard.
It's a
not
better
gonna lie.
movie name than a nickname. I would agree with the D tier ranking.
yeah, that was like
I'd
it's just
go
a,
B. The Man from Independence.
yeah, but it's
that's
too long.
that's low key. That's pretty sick.
That's too long.
What was?
But like I
what
said,
was
it's a good
Washington-
movie
What was
one.
Washington's logo? Not logo. His nickname.
American Cincinnatus.
I mean, American Cincinnati. That's a lot
That's
of
simple.
syllables.
But you have to stilt up the nickname, Man from Independence. So it's not like American Cincinnatus. It's Man from Independence. It just doesn't roll off the
It
tongue as
just-
well. It's a D tier. I think we have 2 votes for D.
Yeah. There we go. There we go. I kept
don't
messing
like
up.
this.
I kept messing up. I don't like this. That's how I felt about Soda's last episode. Shout out. Watch that episode.
Shout out Dr.
15
Pepper.
with Gavin. It was a great episode.
Oh my gosh, you guys just brought that up.
I know. I was waiting
I,
for you to bring it
I
up.
just listened to that episode, and let me tell you guys, you screwed up majorly with Dr. Pepper Zero. Dr. Pepper Zero, I will go to my grave. That is an S tier soda because maybe it doesn't taste as good as a real Dr. Pepper, but you ask yourself, do I want something with like 0 calories? I'm going to take Dr. Pepper Zero.
I want all the calories.
It's an S tier because you can fit it into your fitness goals and you can still have a nice, refreshing drink. Dr. Pepper can sponsor us at any time.
I don't remember us getting a paycheck for this sponsorship. What is going on here?
And I think I want all the calories. So give me a Dr. Pepper. Boom. From the producer, Gavin.
Moving on.
Moving on. We got good old
All
California boy, right? Ronald Reagan.
Wow,
He was
Cali boy.
Yeah, he was the governor of California.
A California boy with the nickname of Dutch.
Dutch. Why Dutch?
Dutch oven.
He was cooking.
I mean,
He was cooking some good soup.
I feel bad for Nancy if that's the case. Apparently, he was a pudgy little baby, and his dad and this is not any kind of prejudice. It's not any kind of ism or anything like that. I just want to make it clear this was the words of Ronald's father, but he said he looked like a fat little Dutchman, so
okay.
he got Dutch as the nickname.
Dutch.
I would put that D for Dutch.
Yeah.
It's just.
It's not a good nickname.
I feel like there's better nicknames that they can come up for Ronald Reagan.
There was another one, but
What is it?
Teflon Ron.
Ooh.
Was that one because of the whole battle with Teflon?
Because no scandals could stick to him. It just all kind of like
Oh.
scraped off, just like it was a Teflon pan.
Oh.
Teflon?
I didn't know if it was with the whole scandal with Teflon, if that was during his presidency.
No. People still like Teflon back in the day. I'm sure you remember.
Thank you. Thank
Joel
you for
was
adding
actually there when
on.
they
Look at
invented
that.
it, dude. It's crazy.
The joke carries on with everyone. I'm an old man.
Yeah.
All right, next on the list we got
Wait, what did we rank
I
it?
think we did D.
D?
oh D. Yeah,
Yeah.
D's
D.
good?
D's good.
Okay.
Yeah, D for Dutch.
Herbie Hooves.
All right. Herbie Hoove. I don't think
that
that's his
nickname
nickname.
is S tier. That one is that's the
If his nickname was Herbie Hoove, I think I would be like, all right, that's pretty good.
That's a good nickname. You're welcome.
But I know it's not.
This is one of the most ironic nicknames on the whole list. Herbert Hoover was known as a great humanitarian. He was known as a great humanitarian because of all the aid that he rendered and he organized during World War I. But when I also tell you he was the president that presided over the Great Depression, the great humanitarian doesn't really seem to fit. So I'm going to give that a B for the irony of it.
Wait, his nickname is the Great Humanitarian?
Yes.
F tier. Garbage.
That is
Herbie Hoove is better.
Herbie Hoover is better, but he just didn't stick back in the day, I guess.
Yeah. Joel's out there with
well,
Teflon.
The Hoover Dam. Is that after him, right?
Yes, it is.
It was it because he's the one who helped build it?
I think so, but I'm not sure.
I'm F tier for the great humanitarian.
Okay, so we average out the B. And
No, you
No,
got,
no.
You got, nah, get out of here. We're not commies. America.
Yeah.
All right. Theo Rose.
Theodore Roosevelt, as he is also known,
Nah.
he has the nickname of Teddy.
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 Okay, that's okay.
Teddy Roosevelt. Simple nickname.
He hated this
Simple.
nickname.
But I
And that's-
kind of love it.
It's where we got teddy bear from.
Really?
Yeah.
Because
I
he was
actually
out.
remember that.
He was out hunting and he didn't shoot a cub, and they called it Teddy's bear, and then marketing teddy bear.
Teddy bear.
S tier.
That's an F tier nickname for me, though.
What?
F tier?
Yep. Yep.
For Teddy?
Teddy.
Whoa.
That's an awful nickname.
Teddy?
Yeah, it's just like a shortening of your name. That's barely even a nickname. It's like one level above just the initial nicknames.
Theodore?
Yeah.
From initials. But I do like Teddy. I like how it comes
Careful.
full circle with Teddy Bear, right?
That's more like giving it a grade off the product rather than giving it a grade off the actual nickname.
I would go off of Teddy. You're going to go F tier with that name? That thing is better than those ones. I would
Well,
go
there are
I
tiers
would go
above
C.
F.
I would go C.
Shout out Alvin and the Chipmunks. I'll go C tier.
Good old Teddy.
This list is a sham.
He's already mad. He hates us.
I thought it was gonna go A tier. Not gonna lie, but
the way that you were going, like explaining it, I was like, oh, he kind of likes it, and he goes F tier.
yeah, that was
He
like
does
a.
not like it.
I got to keep you on your toes.
I got
Yeah.
a
Don't
right
be too
hook to
predictable.
the face right there. That was kind of scary.
All right, next on our list we got
This-
Andrew Johnson.
Boo! It's the worst Andrew.
It's the worst.
There's Andrew Jackson on here. That
Yeah.
man is a. I'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll
get there.
We'll get there. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
Now, I promise
Andrew Johnson.
we said we weren't going to let our biases or biases, if you want to be technical, I think. Fact check me on that one.
Yes.
Shout out, bro.
Let's go back to at the 4-minute mark. I'm just kidding.
No problem. So he is one of the worst presidents of all time.
Oh.
He completely tried to destroy everything Abraham Lincoln fought for. He was the guy that took over after Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. And he is just a human pile of filth. And his nickname was the Tennessee Tailor, which is a decent nickname.
That is actually
Hold
a good
up,
nickname.
bro.
The
Tennessee Tailor?
So the Tailor was because he...
T-A-Y-L-O or
No,
T-A-I?
T-A-I,
T-A-I.
because he made clothes.
Bro,
It's kind
that
of a
is
good nickname.
It's
That
a good... No,
is
I'm not...
tough.
it has the alliteration. It has really everything you want.
Taylor?
I'm going
Taylor.
B. I'm going B.
I'm
I would
going
go-
S, bro.
I would go A though.
No
I kinda,
shot.
I-
Tennessee Taylor? That rolls off the tongue.
Tennessee
That sounds
Taylor.
tough.
And it's because
Dude.
he was, uneducated, so that's the work that he could get was as a...
He
As a
is
tailor.
not a looker.
You
I
know
will
what?
say that.
He's not. He looks mean.
He was also like a really bad drunk.
S tier.
I go B.
I'm still at A. Tennessee Taylor.
All right, so we have an A tier nickname, but an F tier human being.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll go there.
That's
yeah.
why we're going by
Yeah,
nicknames.
nickname.
And not by the person.
Yep.
Welcome to the Tier List
Speaking
podcast. All right, go on. The next one we got
Millard Fillmore.
Millard. That's a
Millard?
name. Millard. I don't know a single person nowadays.
Oh, you know
named
what? I have
Millard.
to fact check myself. Going no notes on this podcast, I said Tyler succeeded Zachary Taylor as president. He actually succeeded William Henry Harrison as president.
Oh, wow.
So Tyler was the 10th president. Fillmore was the 13th. So that's on me. Fact checking myself here.
I'm so glad you fact checked yourself because
I
I
would have
Welcome.
never known.
So
the
if
difference.
you
Never
if you
known.
hung on from the beginning of this podcast where we ranked his accidency and you came back to Millard Fillmore, that's for you. Thank
now
you.
you
That
can click
is for
off
you.
and go to bed in
You
peace.
can
You're
go to
welcome.
bed.
Good night.
Good night. We did it for you. guys.
Nightmare,
All right,
nightmare, nightmare.
Millard.
Millard Fillmore, the last of the Whigs.
Oh,
Millard
and so they
Fillmore?
stopped the Whigs after him.
He was the last president of the Whig Party.
What was number he? 7?
Millard.
No,
13.
13. All right. What was his nickname?
The last of the Whigs.
Oh,
That's it.
That's
F
it.
tier. Garbage.
I would agree with F tier.
Last of the Whigs.
Yeah.
Cool. Buddy.
No one really thought about him when he was alive. I don't think we have to spend much time thinking about him now that he's dead.
Someone named Miller deserves the nickname
Oh
the
my
Last
God, I
of the
don't
Whigs.
care.
hmm
All right, let's move on from the Last of the Whigs. We got Chester Arthur.
Chester.
Chester.
Oh,
Chester
good old
Copperpot.
Chester.
What's
Good
that
old
from?
Elegant Arthur.
What is that
Elegant Arthur?
Elegant Arthur.
Elegant
He was so
Arthur.
elegant.
He was a little bit of a dandy.
Okay, when you say he was a little dandy, what do you mean by that?
He had a taste for the finer things in life. He might have allegedly embezzled some money earlier in his life.
Who cares?
And then he rose to the
Haven't
presidency.
we all?
Hey, you know what? We strive to do greatness, and sometimes we strive to do greatness in terrible things.
He came
And
back around.
He came back around. So he was a fine gentleman
Yes.
as a president.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
Liam's I feel like Liam's on his own side
No,
missions.
sorry.
And,
I
he
said
keeps talking
Chester
to-
Copperpot, and I was like,
Oh,
"What is
yeah.
that from?" And then nobody heard what I asked, so I was like, "I have to figure this out." It's from Goonies.
Yeah, Chester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Elegant Arthur.
F tier movie.
Oh, stop it. No.
What? No.
S tier.
What?
You are.
What?
Gosh, so wrong. Goonies is the greatest.
We need to have a debate podcast where we could debate these awful takes Isaac has.
Goonies never say die.
They don't.
Yeah, they don't.
They don't.
This is not the
It's
movie
'cause he doesn't have
podcast,
a
but I give my
dad. He's
opinion.
All
Don't
right.
mind.
All right. Let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Elegant Arthur. B tier.
It's a D tier for me.
What was the nickname again?
Elegant
Elegant
Arthur.
Arthur.
Exactly. D
If you
tier.
don't say it without a British accent,
I
there's
forgot
no-
about it. It wasn't
Elegant
memorable.
Arthur.
All right. Next, we got Calvin Coolidge.
Coolidge.
Another great nickname with a
Coolidge.
fantastic story attached to
Coolidge.
it. Calvin Coolidge was known as Silent Cal
Oh, Silent Cow.
because he was a very taciturn and
That's a big word.
laconic fellow.
Another
Okay,
big
you
word.
said two big words.
Too big. Me no
Do
good.
you remember in the beginning of this episode, me and Liam were fumbling over our words? We know smart.
Let me give you a story to explain
So-
what these words mean.
Yes, please do.
There was a dinner party that President Coolidge had at the White House, and a reporter made a bet with another reporter that basically they said they can get him to say more than 2 words throughout the whole dinner party. This reporter then went up to the president and said, "Hey, I made a bet that I can get you to say more than 2 words during this whole dinner party." He looked at them and he said, "You lose."
And then didn't say a single thing. And that was it. You lose. But what was the bet?
That's sick.
Are you being silent now just for...
Yeah, he said
That
you
was
lose.
for the YouTube audience. You're welcome.
was
Silent
silent.
Cow, another one of those like the human iceberg that I would put like in the A tier because that's just a cool nickname if you know nothing else about it.
Silent cow.
The silent cow.
You know what? I revised. B
But-
tier. B tier for me.
The more I say it, I
Cow.
want to say silence cow.
Oh, was it not Silent Cow?
No, cow.
Cow.
I was gonna
C-A-L.
say Silence of the Lambs is like a better name, so I was thinking of that.
yeah, I'm
Sorry,
fine
that movie wasn't out when he was president.
I don't know.
Uh, B tier.
Silent Cow.
Just because it's like a
tier.
little bit different.
Is this
You know,
the first
the
time
defense.
we've agreed on a nickname?
No.
No?
Oh, was
no.
it
George
Washington?
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
yeah, that one we had S
My
tier.
bad.
No, both of those in S tier. Yeah. All right. What do we got next, Isaac?
William Taft.
Hey, my boy.
Good old William. Good old Bill.
A simple nickname for a not so simple man. After the presidency, he was the Supreme Court Chief Justice. So good on him. Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big Bill.
Big
The legend is that he got stuck in the White House tub
Oh,
and had to be extracted.
That is so sick. I relate to my brother. Put him in S.
Just imagine having to be the guy that gets the president of the United States out of the tub.
You have to
'cause
get a
he's stuck.
crane in there. Just
Question. Bubbles or no bubbles?
You would pray for bubbles, but I think the answer is no bubbles.
You're just a whale in there. Just help.
Help.
How does he get found?
Help.
Is there someone in like?
Well, I feel like he has a pretty big voice. You know, big
I mean,
big guy, big
Bill.
voice.
Big Bill.
He's a big guy.
Big Bill.
Help.
B
I'm
for
sure,
Big Bill.
Well, I'm sure, like, you know, they
Help.
had people like around all the time, and in the next room they were probably like making his bed. I don't know.
Maybe they
Something.
were preparing him some food for the tub. Who doesn't
Yeah.
love a good tub dinner?
You know, some.
You know, anyone else? Do I have any friends? Like you just have like a little snack
No.
in the tub, a little book when you're.
I'm not
Nope.
weird.
No.
I don't take baths.
Hey, you know what?
hey,
You know,
hey,
it's-
don't sleep on baths.
When I'm
Don't
sick, I
sleep
do. And
on
I almost
baths, all
pass out when I get out of it.
Definitely don't
Well,
sleep in the bath.
Yeah, don't sleep in the
I've
bath.
done
but,
that on accident.
Big Bill is kind of simple to me.
That's a B.
And I would go C. It was that average, like,
L.
yeah.
Thank you, Liam.
You're welcome. Big Bill. B.
All right. He just passed away. R.I.P.
Himmy Carter.
Shout out Jimmy Carter.
Himothy.
Vince Carter's better.
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Cardigan.
That was
Is
his
that
name?
his name?
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Cardigan.
This for me is an F tier nickname. Basically, he got this because he wore a cardigan instead of a suit one day, and people were just like, "Hey, Jimmy Cardigan." That's basically like being like, "Hey, what's up, sweatshirt?"
I feel like that
You
was
know?
like a New Yorker like type thing. It was or Boston. I don't know, one of those. But like they like you do one thing one time,
Mhm.
and then
that's
that's your nickname for the rest of your life.
Chopped cheese.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
like you can't move on from that.
Like
And
you put
so-
pickles on your sandwich one time, it's all like, "Hey, what's up, pickles?"
Yeah, you're just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
why's your name Pickles? Well, put pickles on my sandwich one time, and then
One time, it was
yeah,
one time.
and that's it.
So F tier.
Yeah,
I
F
would
tier.
go
Like,
F. Yeah.
Jimmy
Valid.
Cardigan. Come on, Isaac, one time. Yeah. All right, Liam, what do we have next?
Another shout out. William Harrison.
Who are
Which
you
I'd not- His name has Liam in it. That's why all
Yeah,
the Williams I've said shout out.
he's like,
There's
shout out.
Liam.
Yeah.
I don't know any of these guys that have William. Is he not a good guy?
I've never made that connection. I'm sorry. That he was fine. He was president for like 2 months for a very brief period of
What?
time.
He
What
died?
happened?
He gave a speech out in the rain, and
Yes, I
yeah,
remember this one.
Huh?
He died from pneumonia, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he died from pneumonia. He
Loser.
basically gave his inaugural address in the pouring rain. He's like, "I'm too tough to have an umbrella or anything like that," and he died. He wasn't tough enough.
Yeah.
What a loser.
Not tough will.
Known as Tippecanoe.
Wait,
Tippecanoe?
Tippecanoe.
What an even worse nickname, dude. Of course, I would want to die if that was my nickname. Wow. Tippecanoe, F tier. Get out of here, William.
Tippecanoe and Tyler too was the
Tippecanoe.
slogan.
F
And-
tier.
Yeah.
Put an F.
Yeah.
We'll take an F tier.
There's so this is gonna be the most F tier list.
Yeah, wow.
I think people fail to realize that most presidents were unremarkable men in an unremarkable time. So.
Yeah.
Except for this guy, Andrew Jackson.
He is what on the 5, 10,
20?
20.
Joel's broke. He only knows about 5s and 10s.
I only know about 5 and 10s. That's where my headspace is at. Andrew Jackson. This guy was a man's man.
Mm-hmm.
This guy. Didn't somebody try to assassinate him and he
Yeah.
beat him with a cane?
Yeah, the gun misfired twice.
Twice. And then the guy's
That's
cane's
an
like,
American
boom.
man.
My favorite story about Old Hickory was
Old
that
Hickory.
Old Hickory. My favorite story about Old Hickory was that his vice president, John Calhoun, was from South Carolina, and he was kind of floating the idea of seceding from the Union. And during, I believe, one of the state dinners, Andrew Jackson told him, Calhoun, if you secede from my union, I will secede your head from the rest of your body to his own vice
That
president.
is a man.
That is a man.
Put Old Hickory in S tier.
S tier, dude.
Straight
I
up
can't
S
argue.
tier.
I've always loved, and I know nothing about his politics or anything. I've always loved him for how tough of a man he was.
Didn't he do a
That's
couple
man.
gun deals too?
Yeah.
You should just continue knowing nothing about his politics.
I feel like he's a very
didn't
not
get-
good guy.
He didn't do a good job in his politics, right?
We rank only by the nicknames,
yeah.
and I think James Garfield is next.
Jason, that's what we're gonna leave
I don't
it
know
on.
who this guy is.
Wikipedia. Andrew Jackson.
Andrew
what was it?
Garfield?
James Garfield. That's the next one on the
Oh
list.
my gosh. This one was one of the most forgettable nicknames of all time. From a very forgettable man. He was assassinated as well.
Wow.
Elegant Arthur. It was actually the one that was the president after him. But he was, shot down, and his nickname was Boatman Jim.
Boatman Jim.
Boatman Jim. I feel like it's a D.
Because he had a boat.
He worked on the
I feel like,
canals in Ohio when he was a younger kid.
But
Ohio again.
Ohio again.
Ew.
But that friends that have a boat, their nickname is kind of like you're
You're the boatman.
the boatman.
Yeah.
And, I feel like this guy had a boat, but he just worked the canal. So, I mean, it's not. I feel like it's a D tier nickname because it's Boatman Tim, right? It's kind of like it flows, kind of goes.
It
but
flows
then-
a little bit.
but it's forgettable.
Man, Jim, I don't like it.
It's almost like one of those WWE like nicknames that are just like
It's there.
yeah, what do we have? We have the accountant, or we have like Doctor whatever. It's like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boatman
I
Jim's
mean,
coming out to wrestle.
You have 30 wrestlers, and number 30 is can't all have great nicknames.
Yeah.
So it's but
Not
I
everyone
would,
can be Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some people are Boatman Jim.
I think
someone
we
in
know our
Boatman.
next episode with Isaac.
Boatman Jim D tier.
I say D tier.
I'd go F, but I'm fine with D.
Yeah, D.
low enough.
Next
Of
on
course
the
you
list is John Adams, number 2.
Number 2, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
number
exactly
2 on
right.
the list. All right.
Yeah.
What was
a
his
dude.
nickname?
As a shout out Charles Barkley. This was kind of the forerunner of his nickname. John Adams was known as his rotundity.
The rotundity. Okay, I'm not even gonna try.
So kind
saying
of like
that word.
Charles Barkley, the round mound of rebound, kind of a bigger
That was
guy.
his nickname.
His yeah.
Round
Man
mound
of rebound.
Uh-huh.
Round mound of rebound.
He was
What
just a little bit of a stockier guy, and John Adams, his rotundity, was a little bit of a stockier guy.
rotundity.
Rotundity. I put that as a B tier.
It could be as well. I feel like it's out there. And it's just a better way of it's a more creative way of calling a guy fat.
Yeah.
And I appreciate
It's-
that.
I feel like it's a more sophisticated way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just hey, and then you kind of
bro, you're
you're not
fat.
offended when someone calls you that.
Yeah.
Because it's you're oh, that's a little sophisticated way. You're like,
It's like, oh, thanks for not just calling me like a fat piece of crap,
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you gave a little, his
you're
rotundity.
I'm rotundity. Oh,
yeah,
you know
okay.
what? I am.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, I'm fine with B tier. Yeah. I mean, I'm the type of person, if I can't really say the word,
It's a
it's
Doesn't
more of
matter.
a lower.
that's
but,
a tough sell on the nickname
you know,
for sure.
So that's me,
Who is this next guy?
John Q. Adams.
What a coincidence. The son of John Adams. We
Oh,
have
actually?
John Quincy
Yeah.
Adams.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Mhm. Old man eloquent.
Ooh.
Old man. What?
That's kind of like
Old
a nice
man eloquent.
Eloquent.
That's
Man,
kind of-
eloquent.
I'd say that's an A. Like that's just a nice A tier.
It's just a
Old
compliment.
Man, eloquent.
I feel like that's just like a C tier. Like, okay.
I like it though.
But
It's just like classy. It's
Mm.
like old. There goes old man eloquent. Like you're known for that. Like that's you, old
But
man
why
eloquent.
old man? It
Because-
just throws me off because his dad was a president and only 4 terms before. So then to be ready to be called an old man.
It's because after his presidency, he went on to serve in the Congress. So he was there for a long time fighting for the cause of abolition. And he was very eloquent when he was doing it, but he was also a very old man.
So what would you rank it, Joel?
Old man elegant.
Eloquent. I'm just saying, if you're going to rate
C.
it based off if you... Yeah, thank you.
C.
Thank you. Thank you.
See, it's just
Oh, whatever. I said A.
Woodrow Wilson, known as the professor, is our next.
wait. We're going with C.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we all agreed.
Well, you said
well.
thank you, but then he went A, but then I was like, okay. I think
No,
he went
you guys
we
went
both
C.
said C.
Oh,
Yeah.
you said C. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Man, I mean, I'm not trying to be the arbiter
Gavin,
here,
our
but-
producer, was a little confused. He was just like, where am I putting it
It's
at?
a normal thing.
Yeah. It's a normal thing.
Gavin, you deserve that for your soda takes last week. Be confused.
No, okay. All right, next one on list is continue.
Woodrow Wilson, the professor.
All right. Was he in basketball?
He was not. He was the president of Princeton, I believe.
Oh.
Somewhere in New
Professor.
Jersey, I believe.
I like the nickname the professor.
It's
I
a
think that's
decent
like
nickname.
I feel like that's a good nickname to be called. That's like dude, you're smart. Like
Mm-hmm.
you're up there. I would go like A tier with that nickname. To be called the professor, like
But it's also just like, kind of like his job title. It's kind of like
Yeah.
Boatman Jim.
I'd
Like
go-
you were a professor.
yeah, but there's a difference between Boatman Jim and the professor.
What's the difference?
Boatman Jim owned a boat, and the professor had lots of degrees.
I'd go B tier.
I was thinking B as well.
That's fine. B tier.
B.
B.
The
Solid.
professor.
All right, Gerald Ford.
Betty's husband.
Good old Betty.
Wait, that's his nickname?
Betty's husband.
That is his nickname. Betty's husband.
Betty's
If the
husband.
best thing about you is your wife and that's what you're known for, F tier. Sorry,
It's like in the Bible, like Lot's wife.
Yeah.
Like doesn't even get a mention of her name because it's not worth her
Yeah.
time. To be called Betty's husband is like
you're not worth the time.
not worth the time. Like
Well, I will just say the best thing about me is definitely my wife. Shout out Bethany. And sorry, ladies, I'm taken.
oh gosh. We're cutting that out.
Betty's husband, definitely an F tier nickname.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
it's just
garbage.
Get out of here.
Known as Bethany's
Betty.
husband.
Bethany's. Oh, he even looks weird too. I like
Shout
look
out
at him
Isaac.
like.
For the record, Joel was talking about Gerald Ford.
Yes. All right, James Madison.
Jameson.
Okay, wait. Real quick on Gerald Ford. His nickname had to be Betty's husband because like you got Harry Ford, and you're like, oh well, missed out on that. We're gonna have
Maybe.
to change his nickname.
Also, he ran like a whole campaign that said, I'm voting for Betty's husband.
Okay, yeah,
Because that was the best thing about him.
he's dumb.
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
All right,
James Madison.
James Madison.
The father of the Constitution.
Yeah. It's the father of
It
Constitution.
feels like it should be a good nickname, but it's just not that
doesn't hit.
good. It's like a
Doesn't
C
hit.
tier.
It feels like
It
the
feels
era
like,
of good
ooh.
feelings president.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like an F or D tier. I mean, I'd be okay with D just because like the father of the Constitution is a little bit of a step
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
But
I'm good with D with that one.
I
It's
was
just
thinking DC,
mm.
but like, because the father of the
Washington,
you,
DC?
like, yeah.
Fun fact about James Madison: he allowed Washington D.C. to be burned to the ground by the
Oh.
British.
Dang. The war 1812?
Yes, sir. The Second War of
Ah,
Independence.
Look at that.
And James Madison fumbled the bag.
What a dummy.
I'm sure some real historian will correct me and be like, "Oh, James Madison actually did the best that he could." But
Yeah.
when your capital city gets burned to the ground, it's kind of an L.
Yeah. Big O fat L.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're
Speaking of,
go for it.
Rutherford Hayes, also known as Ruther Fraud.
Rutherford is a terrible name to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
To then be known as Ruther
Ruther
Fraud
Fraud.
is low key pretty nice. I'd honestly go B tier. Ruther Fraud. Yeah, it sounds like a frog.
I
That's
would-
what I assume.
I'd agree with B tier just because like it just flows so
it
nice.
does. It
You're like
it
Ruther
flows-
Ford, more like Ruther Fraud. Yeah.
It feels so much better than Ruther Ford.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
feel like
B
that's
tier.
one of
B
those
tier.
where like your name is so bad that you can use it as a diss to yourself.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Like,
they're like,
yeah.
yeah.
Like this is you.
This is you. You deserve it. All right. Next on the list, we got George H.W. Bush.
In my opinion, this man has the worst nicknames of
Ooh.
everyone on the list because he really didn't have a nickname. If you look up on your phone on like the Wikipedia entry on H.W. Bush, his nicknames
this
are I think are
Dad or father? Or dad?
this is it's
Or dad or
41.
son. I said dad or
Yeah.
father.
This is it's like 41, which
Papa
is like
Bush.
yeah, Papa Bush. You had Bush Senior.
Little Pop, because he was named after a grandfather.
Lil Pop.
Exactly. So like you have like 41 was
Pops ahead of his
the
time.
number president that he was, and it's just like these aren't nicknames. These are just like a boring guy. He was a CIA director, so if he was alive, I would not be saying this. So. But it's just like it's boring nicknames for a
yeah.
boring dude.
Yeah.
That's an F tier.
Yeah.
It's not even really nicknames.
Someone who,
It's
if you
descriptions.
don't have a nickname and it's just the number, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just F tier.
Valid.
All right, Liam, what's the next one?
Mr. Grover Cleveland.
Grover Cleveland, along with Donald Trump, the only presidents to serve 2 terms that weren't right
Right
after each other. Yeah, so Uncle Jumbo was his nickname.
Oh,
And I
Uncle
just feel like that's just
Jumbo.
yeah.
He sounds like a jolly good
That's
time.
awesome.
Like, hey, Uncle Jumbo's
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I was just about to say it's an uncle nickname.
That's an
Yeah.
A-tier nickname for me.
yeah, I was
Uncle
thinking A tier as
Jumbo,
well.
yeah.
Uncle
Jumbo.
Jumbo.
You just
Yeah.
feel like that's a guy that's gonna bring like the life to the party.
Yeah.
You know that you're gonna
Uncle
have a great
Jumb.
time.
Yeah.
Like the party started because Uncle Jumbo's here.
Yeah.
Like,
Unless you're a 19-year-old who was the daughter of one of his dead friends that he then married in the White House when he was like a 40-year-old dude.
Wait.
oh,
Re-say
gosh,
that
please
again?
Don't.
What did you say?
So then he's a bad uncle, the
He
creepy
is a
uncle.
he is a
Oh,
creepy Uncle
gosh.
Jumbo.
The name is
So
so
the
good.
nickname
Now
is so great.
I gotta.
We are basing it off of the nickname.
Yes.
Uncle Jumbo is an A tier. Come on. Or what is it? What was it?
I feel like Uncle Jumbo's an A tier, but I feel
But
like,
Now it's turned into creepy Uncle Jumbo.
Yep.
Hey, it didn't say creepy Uncle Jumbo.
Oh, but
Uncle Jumbo.
why did you have to tell me that story?
I don't even know what the story was, so
Oh.
I'm still. What was it?
Basically, he had a friend that died,
Yeah.
and he started like going over to that dead guy's house a lot, and people thought that he was going to try to get with the widow. When in fact, he was after the daughter, who was 19 years
at
old.
the time. And he was 40.
40-something.
I mean, Jeff Bezos has done worse. So I'd say A
There goes
tier.
our Amazon sponsorship.
Hey, shout out Bezos. I didn't say it was
You
wrong.
should have just said Leo.
I didn't say it was wrong.
You should have just said Leo.
Leo. Oh yeah, Leo's worse.
I'll go A
Yeah.
tier for the nickname, F tier again for the human.
Real
Yeah. I still think it's creepy
Lyndon
Uncle Jumbo.
B. Johnson.
London B.
Is
Johnson.
that the right? Is it right? Yeah,
It is, yeah.
yeah.
Also known as LBJ, another one of those dumb nicknames that are just letters.
Oh, okay.
Get out of here, LBJ.
Yeah, I would argue that we can name him the Great Society President.
Great Society.
We live in a society.
We live in a society.
Why the Great Society?
That was kind of like the nickname for his ideals or his goals as a president. He wanted to form a great society, so it was kind of like, hey, I'm the Great Society. We want a great society. I'm the Great Society President. It's definitely not a great nickname, but it's better than
Yeah.
LBJ.
I think
Yeah.
C tier, D tier.
I'm
one
fine.
of those two.
I'm fine with a C to D tier. D tier. You know, what?
I
I want to be
like
mean.
D.
Yeah.
D.
Oh, clip that.
D. Terrible.
Yikes. Warren Harding.
Wobbly Warren.
No shot. That's his nickname.
Wobbly Warren. We have the alliteration. We have the wobbles.
Warren.
Oh, the wobbles.
Basically, because he vacillated on a bunch of issues, he couldn't really make up his mind. You could call him wishy-washy Warren, but that's a little bit too much. So we have wobbly.
Wobbling Warren. That's
kinda-
a C tier.
I kind of like it though.
It's a mid nickname though.
It's a little
Wobbly
wobbly.
Warren. Like
Eh.
you could have done.
I'll take a C.
You could have done better with it.
I think I would have gone a B with wobbly.
Wobbly.
Yeah, it's a little bit more average.
So B is average to you?
No, it says above average.
Oh, my bad.
I meant to say it's a little bit above average.
Okay. So
nickname.
wobbly. You like the wobbly Warren deal?
Yeah, it's like a, I mean, it's a terrible like thing for him because he's a terrible like, what you were saying, whatever. But I feel like the wobbly effect makes it like, oh, okay.
Kinda has
It's
like
got
a-
a little like,
Uncle Jumbo vibe.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I would go B, but I'm fine with C. I'm cool.
All right.
I'm chill.
He's just a chill guy.
Just
All
like
right.
Warren Harding because he's dead.
Valid.
All right, James Polk.
James Polk is known as Young Hickory.
Yep.
If you remember our old Hickory,
Yes.
yes, they were kind of protege and mentor. So you have the old Hickory, Andrew Jackson, and the young Hickory, James K. Polk.
But was he a man's man like
No.
Andrew Jackson?
That's what I'm thinking.
Like,
It's
I feel like
not-
it was like a...
Young Hickory,
tried.
if your nickname has to come off of somebody else's hard work,
Yeah.
Yeah.
F tier.
It's derivative. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we go F tier.
Yeah, it's like, bro, get out of here.
And it's
Yeah.
not like
Be your own person.
It's not like 100 years passed and like
No.
it's like, oh, he reminds me of Andrew Jackson. It's like, oh,
No.
he just kind of hung around Andrew Jackson a lot. I guess he's Young Hickory.
Young Hickory.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a good F tier.
Yeah.
Man, we got a lot of F tiers.
Zach Taylor, the Cincinnati Bengals coach.
Oh my gosh, he was a
Dude.
president?
F tier.
F tier.
F tier because the
F tier
Bengals
for
are a
coaching.
poverty franchise that will not support Joe Burrow.
Real.
And if we were ranking franchises right now, they'd be F.
You
So
wouldn't-
shout out Zachary
Okay.
Taylor, the president, old rough and ready.
Old, rough, and ready.
Do you like how I just kind of moved on with our podcast without letting you guys give your Bengals opinions?
I really
Yeah, I was
like how
gonna
you
say-
went straight back into it after you did that great
I-
transition.
I was going to go back to it, and I was going to say, before the Washington Commanders sold, they were the worst NFL franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But then since they sold, they're a lot better. So I do agree, the Bengals.
I mean,
Just like Dallas.
they're a poverty franchise. Imagine having to sell the naming rights to your stadium to be able to afford your quarterback's contract.
Ooh.
I mean, come on, just sell the
Yeah.
team at that point.
Just
like you're not doing
rid of
anybody
it.
any favors. So.
Yeah. All
Zachary
right, all
Taylor,
right.
old rough and ready. That's a D.
Old, rough, and ready.
Yeah,
Yeah.
D.
Man, these nicknames are
He
just
was that
like,
guy that died from the cherries and milk.
Wow.
What a terrible
He
way to
wasn't
die.
ready.
He wasn't ready for those cherries.
Mm-mm.
All right, we
Well,
got the son, George W. Bush.
F tier because his nickname is W.
W.
It's just a letter, just
Just
said with a
W.
southern accent. W.
Just W.
Yeah.
W.
Like
That's
I
just
love a good southern accent, but when you're just having a nickname based off one
letter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, bro, get out of here. All right, Liam, you got anything to say?
I probably shouldn't have anything to say.
No, say it.
Such a child.
Say it.
I am a child.
Get this whole video striked from YouTube. Do it.
No, I don't
Just
need
like
you
the
to do
second
that.
tower.
Oh gosh.
That was.
I
that
think
was
on
a
the
good
next
one. That was
episode
a
we're
good one.
tier ranking conspiracy theories, and that might just be an F tier as well, just like W,
Oh gosh.
the nickname.
Oh man.
Dwight Ike Eisenhower.
Dwight Schrute.
Ike Schrute.
We're just gonna move on from that and
What's
not
his,
say anything or say
what's-
sorry or
It'll be cut.
you
Don't
know.
worry.
No, leave it in.
All right.
Yeah.
What's Dwight Eisenhower? I wasn't alive. I don't know.
Ike.
Ike. That's
Ike.
it.
Ike. That's it.
Ike.
Get out
These
of here.
nicknames
He's a
are
Smash
awful.
Bros
F
player.
tired.
F. It's just Ike.
F. Just go. Just put Dwight in.
Yeah.
I will
I
say I
appreciate
like
that.
Ike got him elected.
No. just-
I like Ike. You know what?
No.
Mike
No,
and Ike?
wait, Gavin.
Mike,
I
Ike.
like Ike, and I want to put him up in C tier.
No.
No.
I
F
like
tier.
Ike.
F tier.
Thank you. Thank
Now
you.
move it back.
Great
Since
general.
when did our guest have this kind of power?
He doesn't. Put it back. All right. We're moving on. The reason why we did episode 16 is because this man right here, good old.
Abraham Lincoln,
Oh,
also known as Babraham Lincoln. Am I right, boys?
No. Which nickname are we going with him? Good old Honest Abe?
I feel like Honest Abe is the more mainstream nickname, which
Yeah.
is still a great nickname, especially out of a politician. Like, how many times you get an honest nickname from a politician?
Yeah.
My favorite nickname for Abraham Lincoln is the Great Emancipator.
Those are both really good nicknames. Like, they speak truth to who he was. And I think a part of a nickname is like who you are as a person, and to have those two like nicknames, it stands out. That's the S tier. Like,
Yeah.
great nicknames, great reason why he's called those things. Like,
What other tier could you give
Yeah.
Abraham Lincoln other than S tier?
yeah. I mean, the movie Abraham Lincoln probably about a C tier.
Liam might get Abraham Lincoln after this show.
You guys want to go to the theater real quick?
Oh,
We're going to see some movies? You want to go see his show?
sorry, I'm going to the Pentagon.
Stop it. Oh, Lord, please. We love you so much.
Oh, my bad.
Gosh.
My bad.
All right.
Bill Clinton, not much better.
Oh,
Which
gosh,
nickname do we want to go for William Clinton? Are we?
Go with the one that you have on your paper.
Oh man, where'd my paper go?
I'm falling apart, bro.
Dude, and I'm going to tell you right now, most people have stopped listening to
Oh,
this.
thank the Lord.
All right, you said most people have stopped listening. Here's
No,
one.
no, no, no,
Here's
no,
one.
no,
Do
stop,
it,
don't.
do it, do it.
Don't
Send
do
it,
it.
send
No,
it,
no,
send
no,
it,
no.
send
We
it.
are a
Send it,
PG
send it.
show.
There's nothing
Yes.
wrong with this nickname.
Yes, there is.
There's nothing wrong. It's only wrong if you have
Oh,
if
gosh,
you have a
stop
different
it.
mind.
Just go with the one you have
I don't
on
know
your
what this
paper.
nickname
Go
is.
with
Do
the
it.
nickname on your
No,
paper.
do it. Do it. Send it.
No.
I don't know what it is. Send it. Do
No.
it. Do it.
Stop
I want to learn. I want to learn.
No,
I want to learn.
I'm
Do
going to
it.
punch you in your face.
Do it. Do it.
Hey,
do
you know what? Liam wants to,
I'm
do
gonna
some more
walk
work.
off.
Liam wants to do
I'm
some more
gonna
work
plug-
editing.
I'm going to plug your microphone.
We'll just do both. You can choose. You can
Stop
either
it.
clip this or you can leave it in. We'll let it ride.
No. Gavin's saying no.
it. What is it? What is it?
William Clinton, also known as Slick Willie. Shout out Monica Lewinsky.
We falling apart.
This is your fault, Liam.
All right.
You're like, do it. Do it. Oh, guys. Oh, do it. Oh, do it.
Clip that right there.
Oh, dude.
Clip that right there. William Clinton, also known as the Comeback Kid.
I hate this show.
Those are his two entries on Wikipedia. I couldn't find another nickname.
Can we just call him the creepy old man?
Shout out Monica Lewinsky.
Can his name just be I did not do it? It was not me. No, stop it.
I'm going to put William Clinton's nicknames in
gonna-
S tier.
Oh, dude.
Uh,
Oh, man. I'm
Terrible.
crying.
terrible person.
Oh, man.
Terrible person.
S tier.
Uncle
S,
Jimbo and him would have been great friends.
S for Slick.
Guys, this is the end of the tier list podcast. Last episode ever. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh gosh. Whatever you guys want. We went downhill with Liam.
Don't worry. The people that are too young that you wouldn't want hearing that joke are the people that are too young to even know who Monica Lewinsky is.
I'm gonna.
They
I'm
don't
gonna
know who Bill
die
Clinton
inside
is.
when
They don't
this
know-
video gets like more than 100 views.
Put that on your TikTok, Ryan.
Ryan's not even gonna listen to this at all.
He will.
No, you
so
won't.
are we S?
He's just gonna skip towards the back and like, bro, just listen to the last 10 minutes of the show.
Last 10 minutes.
It's gonna change your
We
life.
only have like 4 more after William, or 3 more.
I don't even know how many we got.
S tier?
Whatever you guys want. I'm not rating this one.
Sure.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, dude. That whole section, the past 5 minutes.
Can we go back to rating
What?
sodas?
Don't cut it.
Oh, dude.
Guys,
all
can
right.
we go back to rating zoo animals?
Hippo.
All right. You know, before we do this one, I feel like the next one should be the one that's not on our list, but we have a picture for him.
Sure.
Let's do Barack Obama.
Yeah, I think we can go in order of how they're from left to right on our screen.
Yeah.
All right. Barack Obama. Barry.
Barry. The one that I saw on Wikipedia was Barry Obama. And it's not for what you think it was, right? He didn't do a lot of bombing. Maybe on the toilet. But his name, Barry Obama, came from high school, from shooting, being a scorer. That was his nickname, Barry Obama. I'm like, that's kind of like a dumb nickname. We got children on the show.
I'll give that a C tier nickname.
You guys are children. Children.
C
I don't
tier
think we can
nickname.
have Liam and Gavin in the same room.
I was good.
Where did you put it? C tier? No, put it at D tier.
Yeah, that was
Move the
awful.
D. His nickname is Barry. That's his.
Barry.
That's
It
just-
should be F. It's not that good.
like your point. It's just his name, just different.
It's like Barry
Put it
Allen.
F tier.
Yeah,
Just
it's
put it
F tier.
F tier. Barry.
Okay.
Dumb. All right. Who's number 32?
Franklin Delano Roosevelt, otherwise known as FDR, another one of those awful abbreviation nicknames. The New Deal president.
F
Dumb.
tier.
Dumb.
F tier. Bad.
Okay.
Dumb.
I'm fine with F tier.
Dumb.
Dumb. All right, what's the last one?
I
One
got a-
of-
I got a new deal. This episode.
But you're gonna end it before one of the best nicknamed presidents of all time. I'm so glad that we can end the show talking about Ulysses S. Grant. Ask him what the S in his name stands for.
Samuel
No.
Seagrams.
Go ahead and ask me.
No.
What does S stand for in his name?
S.
Yeah.
What?
The letter S.
No shot, actually.
All right, I have a quick story about Ulysses S. Grant. I wrote a speech about Ulysses S. Grant in college. I took speech class, and it was like,
You went to college?
yeah, I did for a year, and then I was like, this is not for me.
didn't know
And
you could read.
I wish I went back and finished and got at least my AA. That was a mistake on my end. But anyways, Liam, finish college. You got a semester left. Do it. All right. Anyways, but speech class. Speech class was like, you can write a speech about anything you want. I did it on Ulysses S. Grant, and I just talked about how he was a great Union general, and I had a great time speaking about it. And it was something so different, and I liked him. I don't know anything else about his presidency, and this was a long time ago.
He was a
Alright.
solid dude.
But yeah, I think I remember him being a solid dude. Don't they? Oh, they have his I think his statue in front of the Congress, like on a horse. I think I remember that.
Oh,
When I went
didn't
to
know that.
DC, it was like him on a horse, and it's actually like a legit like statue. It's pretty cool. So, what was his nickname?
It depends on who you ask. His enemies would call him the Butcher of Galena
Oh,
Hello.
because of how many people that he got killed by his orders.
Oh,
Yeah, he was a general, and he got a little bit bloody to win the battles. But the important thing is he wins. As Abraham Lincoln would put it, I cannot spare this man, he fights. So, but my personal favorite nickname for Ulysses S. Grant is Unconditional Surrender Grant, because the terms that he offers his enemies are complete and unconditional surrender.
What was the first nickname?
the butcher of
Galena.
Galena.
That sounds like a David and Goliath nickname.
Like,
That's
I
what
really
I
like the
think of.
nickname, but then when you said that it's because he killed a lot of his own people.
Okay, but
No,
that's
no, no.
just like relative to how
Yeah,
how it
I
was
know,
back
like-
then. That's just how war was.
I know that's how.
No,
yeah.
he didn't kill his own people.
Well, I mean,
Well, he
The
did.
battles that he
the
bought
battles. It was
or
fought.
there was a lot of blood. Like a lot
Yeah.
of people died in those battles. He
Yeah.
won, but
but at what
the
cost?
Yeah, at the cost of a lot of men's lives. But that I mean,
The
having
nickname
the
is
name
hard,
The Butcher
dude.
is like pretty dope
Butcher?
nickname.
That's an S tier no matter which way you slice
And
it.
I was like, yeah, isn't he on like one of the coins
He's on the 50, right?
or the 50? The 50. The 50.
Yeah.
Again, Joel too broke to know what a real bill is.
Wow.
All right, man. That was an episode. Yeah,
We
the
did
S
it.
tier. We did it,
Yeah.
man. We nicknamed. It started great. I thought we were doing great,
Ended
normal, and then it ended just. It just.
It was fantastic.
It was great. It was amazing. It did not just.
I mean, depending on how courageous Liam wants to be in his editing, some of you might not even know what we're talking about right now.
I don't think Liam. I'm gonna tell you right now. Liam's gonna be too lazy to edit any of this out.
No, I'm not.
He's not.
Hey, I just want to say truthfully,
just a black box over Liam.
Mutes
Just-
my mic.
just truthfully, thank you guys so much for having me on the podcast. I
Of
love
course.
listening to it. It's a great podcast, and I would rate it 5 stars.
Wow, just because you're on it.
Of course.
Of course.
Come on.
All right, we're gonna
Valid.
go through and list off these presidents. We're not gonna say the nicknames because I'm not remembering them.
I
but
would totally say the S tier nicknames for sure.
Oh, we're gonna give you the S tier because you probably remember all the nicknames for that. Do you want to do A or do you want to do B?
I can do.
You can just say the numbers. The numbers of the presidents.
You want me
Good.
just to run through these?
You know what? We're
Do
gonna
it.
allow Isaac,
Isaac,
run through all of them
take
and
the
say
show.
them. This is Isaac's time to shine. Isaac, list off.
Man, I'm getting
All
old just
these.
like
You got
Joel
this.
because my eyesight's getting a little off. In our S tier, we have Richard Tricky Dick Nixon. We have George American Cincinnatus Washington. Andrew Old Hickory Jackson. Abraham the Great Emancipator Lincoln. We got good old Slick Willie Bill Clinton. And we got Unconditional Grant rounding out our S tier. In our A tier, we move on to the human iceberg, Benjamin Harrison. We got to the little magician. I don't know what kind of accent that was. That was definitely not anything with a racial undertone, Martin Van Buren. We got the Tennessee Tyler, Andrew Johnson. Then we have good old creepy Uncle Jumbo, Grover Cleveland. Moving on to our B tier, we have his Accidency ranked way too low, John Tyler. We got Silent Cal Coolidge. We got Big Bill, William Taft. We got his rotundity,
Bill.
John Adams. Woodrow the Professor Wilson. And Ruther Fraud Hayes.
Ruther Fraud.
And our C tier, and maybe he didn't deserve to be there, but he is anyway. JFK, we're going to call him Camelot. We got Handsome Frank, Joel lookalike. Shout out Brooke, I guess.
Yeah.
Handsome, yeah?
I guess so.
Way to go. Way to go, Brooke, for locking that down.
Ah,
We got the Red Fox, Thomas Jefferson. We got Teddy Roosevelt. We got his old man eloquent, John Quincy Adams, and Wobbly Warren Harding.
good old Wobbly.
You know what? We might skip the F tier, guys, because I don't really want to read all of
You know
that.
what? Yeah.
I think we can just call it there. I mean,
I
we
think
got
we're
we
good
got
with
the
there.
S through C,
There's-
D, and F. You can watch the episode back. I mean,
Yeah.
those are bad nicknames.
I will say though, I actually like this tier list. I like how we have a lot of F.
Mm-hmm.
Usually we have a lot of middle, but to have like a lot of F, because it was a lot of terrible nicknames in the presidency.
Yep.
Like, come on, guys, let's do better.
Do
Let's,
better, old buck.
yeah, like get out of here.
The fart's still lingering.
Get out of here, Barry.
Hoppy.
Hoppy.
Old Buck. He's like a lingering fart.
W.
Mm.
Dumb.
W.
W. All right, guys, that was the tier list podcast. Thank you for watching episode 16.
Where can we
Listening.
subscribe?
Oh, where can we subscribe, Liam?
YouTube, if we're still allowed to be on that platform. Spotify, you can follow, and Apple Podcast.
Rate us 5 stars.
Yeah, everywhere. Like, comment, do all that it takes. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you, Isaac, for being in here. Special guest.
It was my pleasure.
Get ready for episode 17. Ryan should be back. So see you guys later. Love you guys. Peace out.